Hello you guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to another video. Today I just have a sit and talk video updating on how I am doing physically and also mentally. Today is Thursday, July 18th, 5 weeks since my surgery, my ACL reconstruction surgery. 35 days if you want a day count on that. And again, I had a patellar tendon graft done for my ACL reconstruction. Had a complete ACL tear or torn ACL, however you want to say that. And yeah, today is week 5 exactly since my surgery, June 13th. Let's start with physically. So physically, just on my knee, it is still swollen, not as bad as it was obviously after surgery. It keeps coming down every day. It still feels hard, and I guess that would be the word, hard, and obviously pressure when I try to do my bending, which is really hard, but it feels pressure around my knee, and then I would say maybe half or a little less than half down my calf and shin area. Mostly my shin area is getting that like hardness to it as well. No bruising anymore that I can see. My scar is kind of the lower middle of my knee, you know, where they grab the graft from. It is scabbing over now. I'll put some pictures. So that's doing good. My therapist says that we can almost try to work that scar area. We're just kind of waiting, she says, for the scabs to come off. And then the hole that they went through on my side, my left side, obviously was not a big hole, just a small one. Scabbing, no problems there. Had no infections or anything. When I last checked in with the PA at the office, everything looked good. Let's see, I can kind of put most of my weight, I feel like, on my leg now. I'm still using crutches to walk. We need to strengthen my leg, my therapist says, before we can try to walk without them. Bending, obviously I've always kind of had problems with that even before surgery, but yesterday at my last therapy visit, with the help of my therapist, I asked to get strapped down to the bed because I would always move my hips up. We wouldn't really get the best when she would bend my legs. So strapped down to the bed, we got to 115 degrees bending, so that's awesome. Super uncomfortable, you guys. It's just feels like your knee is gonna pop, because I don't know if it's the swelling or just what, but it just does not feel good when you're trying to bend that leg. But we got to 115. Alone, I think I made it to like 98 degrees or something like that. So I really have to work on those. I know it. The extension, I've been doing pretty good on that ever since actually after surgery. Haven't had a problem with that. Last we checked, that was at -1, so that's good. Major issue and frustration I'm having with my leg progress is, I believe it's my quad muscle, or the the muscle you use to help lift your leg. Like, I cannot do that, mostly because I can't get my second half of my leg to come up with me. Still not really able to control that part yet, unless I'm at therapy and they use that stimulator machine. I can do it there. I can do leg lifts at physical therapy. I can put a foam roller under my knee and then just lift up, you know, my calf and ankle up. But as soon as like maybe 10-15 minutes go by and I'm off of the stimulator machine, it like goes back to sleep. So that's been super frustrating. I do see little improvements because I can't lift my leg up to my bed yet, but when I use the scooping method, I do feel that it's getting lighter and lighter by the week. So I know my muscle is trying to work, but I don't know. It's just super frustrating with that part. And I think that is about it physically. Just that bending and then getting that muscle to keep working is obviously the main problems I'm seeing. Of course, have to work on the strengthening and doing all that stuff, but I keep telling myself one day at a time, and can only do my best with my home exercises and try to take advantage of those 2 physical therapy appointments I have a week. I guess now we can go into the mental update. Okay, so a mental update. I'm like, okay. I feel like not a lot. I don't know that there really was much to know about how hard it would be mentally, right? But I never really got told, to just get ready mentally. I don't even know how you would get ready mentally. So I kind of went through a little mental issue. I guess I don't know what to call it. I don't know if it would be depression. I don't know. But I went through something before my surgery, right? I got injured March. Basically, after my injury day, I was not able to use my leg like I normally could. It was locked bent for a good while waiting to see the specialist, getting this appointment done, and doing physical therapy before surgery, all these hurdles to jump through. So during that state, I could lift my leg and stuff, but it was stiff and I couldn't walk. Like I lost a lot of muscle, all that stuff. But I would see like quicker results with physical therapy and all that stuff. I was having like, emotional breakdowns, we could call it, because, I couldn't walk the dog, for a while there. Like it was super hard to shower, like even to go to the bathroom, like all that stuff, right? But once I started physical therapy before surgery, like I saw like my leg doing better and better and better. And then obviously my mood improved. I got to the point where I could walk without the crutches. And I was like, great, you know what? I'm ready. Once the surgeon said, hey, this is the day we can do it, blah, 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 they're schedulers. And I was like, awesome. Like, I'm super ready for this. I went through whatever hardships I did already. It'll be the same. Like, I'll know what to expect, kind of. Let's just do it. But I guess now it's kind of like a different feeling, because before I was like, well, I'm doing everything I can and then I'm gonna have surgery and it'll be better. And now that I've had the surgery and I'm doing the physical therapy and everything, I guess I could use the word, it's a little discouraging, where I'm at. And I guess what I have also seen, now I know they say everyone recovers differently, and I definitely believe that everyone's different, right? But it is super discouraging when I see like videos that pop up on my Instagram and whatnot of like athletes showing their progress of their ACL recovery, and it's like week 4 and they're already like walking and without assistance, doing all these exercises. I'm like on week 5 and I can't even lift my leg. But I also understand, they probably do, sports for their life. It's their career or whatever. Like that's what they do. So that's like 100% of their time. So they're probably doing like working with a therapist or a trainer like every day. So I have to get that through my mind, right? I don't have a stimulator here at home. Sure, I do my home exercises 3 times a day, which takes me an hour each time. And I see the therapist twice a week, but like, I don't know, super discouraging when I see those videos. But I also understand, these people are like athletes, so that's what they do. Versus me, I just, I have a normal job as a medical assistant. Going back to sports is not obviously my number one priority. It's just trying to walk and be able to do, hobbies when I can. So I understand that. But in my mind, I thought I'd be able to get this recovery going quicker than I am right now. And I guess that's a lot of my main frustration, where my emotional mental state doesn't do the best. I felt super embarrassed because I even cried at my physical therapy appointment when she was bending my leg, just because I know I should be able to do more than what I'm getting. And I just kind of had this like feeling of overwhelming and just frustration, which is just the constant feeling I feel is just frustration, of not being where I think I should be or could be. And I know that's not a good mindset to be in, but then again, I know I should be allowed to feel this way, but at the same time, I can't be thinking like that all the time. Can't be crying all the time, which I've gotten better at, but it's like, I for sure cry once a week. It's no long. I was crying like every other day, and I was telling myself it's okay to let out like that. I'm not looking for any like sympathy or nothing. It's just, I'm just crying out of frustration, mostly when I'm doing my home exercises and I can't do something, right? That's when all these emotions come, is when I try to do my exercises. That feeling of frustration, and I should be able to do better. And I do have support, and I encourage everyone to have a support system no matter what, just in life. Whether that's friends, family, whatever. It's always good to have support, especially for this situation. Although it does get kind of, I don't know if I could use the word weird. I know that, I've worked in the medical field, so I know sometimes it's like weird to explain sometimes the emotions you feel, because I know I have support from family, from my husband, from friends that check up on me, and I super appreciate that all the time. My sisters call me every day, basically, and it's cool to catch up, right? But sometimes even with that support, you just kind of feel like isolated, like, I don't know. I think it definitely also gets annoying when they keep asking you all, like, people who like talk to you every day or every other day, like, how's your leg doing, how's it? It's like, well, the same as yesterday, thanks for asking. But I know that everyone means well and that they care for me, so I just try to make other conversations. And I think a main thing also is that if any kind of injury you get and it halts your everyday life, of course you're gonna feel sad. I try not to, I guess, let that feeling take over, but it is summer. I'm not one to just stay inside. Like, I love to just even go on walks. Like, if I don't have time or don't want to drive somewhere, go on walks with my dog, go on a nearby hike, go to the river, float the river, kayak, paddleboard, bike. It's just everyday things that I do on summer days, and makes me sad not being able to do any of that. And then I circle back to I'm gonna take you guys on my little quick circling around that I do when I get sad. So it basically starts off with something that just triggers me, like when I'm doing my home exercises. I'm like, God, why can't I freaking lift my leg up without my brace locked straight, And then I go down this, I start to cry, and then I get mad at myself. I'm like, you should be able to do more. Like, look at these other people. And I'm like, I shouldn't be comparing myself to them. Everyone's different. They're probably like 100% dedicated to getting back to what they're doing. That's their life. That's their income. And then I'm like, yeah, but look at all my friends. They're at the river, blah, blah, blah. And I see all these people doing all this cool stuff for these summer days, camping, all this. But then I circle back to, yeah, but you still have your leg. You don't have cancer. You're not going to die from this, right? You're going to be able to do all this stuff again. Sure, maybe not until next summer, next year, but you will be able to do this. So then I go back to, like, you're right. I'm going to be okay. I get over it. And then that's kind of like what I go through. For sure, at least once a week, unfortunately. Like, I could even just cry right now just talking about it. It's hard. I thought I was, like, mentally stronger. But I don't know. I mean, a friend suggested, putting on, like, meditation music, and, like, sure that works, but it's not like I'm not like stressed. It's just a feeling of frustration, not being where I should be, not being able to do things I want to do. But then again, I circle back, hey, you will be able to do this. You are going to be able to do all your hobbies again. It's just be patient, right? And then of course I have the other issue of trying to go back to work, which now, I feel much more comfortable being able to stand and sit for longer periods of time. So definitely trying to get back to work because a paycheck would be nice with everything else going on. But you guys, I don't know how you could possibly prepare yourself for, after surgery with anything. I just keep trying to push myself to do the best I can at my home exercises. Sometimes I get lazy and I'm like, do I really have to do them? And I'm like, yes, you do. Well, I don't see obviously immediate results on how the heck these exercises are helping me. I know that in the long run it does help. But obviously I sometimes always skip that evening round, because again, it's 3 times a day and each one takes me about an hour to do. But I know I need to stick with that and be consistent with it, and then just try to go hard with my sessions at physical therapy. Again, I'm super embarrassed that I cried on my last one, just out of frustration. Don't think it's maybe the first time my physical therapist has seen someone cry, but she's probably like, you came to the wrong therapy office. But yeah, you guys, I guess that would be my update for my 5-week 35 days since ACL reconstruction surgery. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard, it's rough, both physically and mentally. But luckily I have Rufus, who's been keeping me company over here, even though he gets annoying. And I don't know if any of my friends or family watch this, but I want to thank them. Even them just checking up. Sure, some of their questions may be annoying, but it feels good that people actually care. So leave a comment down below if you are going through this, or will be, and I don't know, anything that helps motivate you to keep going. I would love to know. Just encouraging each other, right? That's all we can do. And again, you guys, one day at a time is what I keep saying, and so it shall be. But yeah, you guys, again, leave a comment, anything that's encouraging, that's helped you if you've gone through this, for physically or mentally. Always up to looking at different things to help me out. Not to say that now that I'm better, I know I can go to the lake and do stuff, but you know, it's like all the walking and not being able to help to get things down, and I'm not cleared to get my scar wet yet, so I can't go into the water or anything. Not that I would, since I can't swim, I can't obviously kick my leg, but I know I can get out there, and I do sit outside with the dog and stuff, but you know, it's just not the same when you can't do all these activities that you normally could. But I know that I will soon at some point. So one day at a time, you guys. Thanks for listening to my rant and my update. It means a lot. Make sure that you like it and that you subscribe if you want to keep following me in my journey so far, and for hopefully more videos to come as I get better. You know, hopefully I have different videos of adventures for you guys. And wherever you are, I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good evening, and good night.